Yeah.
We're here with Circuit Scribe, developer. It was from Kickstarter. We got it, and we're going to see how it works.
Yes. Well, hello, Angela from Ecuador.
Yes, I am from Ecuador, South America.
Very
And
nice.
this is Amir.
Yes, hello.
We're from the Seats to Meet location in Utrecht. And inside the Seats to Meet location in Utrecht, it's a permanent future lab.
Yep.
And that's where we're broadcasting from right now.
Utrecht is located in the middle of the Netherlands, or Hollande in Spanish.
Yes.
And we share here at Permanent Future Lab, which is a movement, not a company or a startup, but a movement that shares the latest technology.
So right now, we just I just tried Circuit Scribe. It was very fun. I was kind of frustrated because at first, I was, trying to follow in the paper, and then, I couldn't really write in the circuit. But then things got a lot more easier.
This is confusing because you talk about paper and etc. What do you mean?
Oh, paper, right? So it says Scribe. So right here, what you actually do is you draw a circuit on
With-
paper.
On paper, and basically you have electronic ink, and with this electronic ink you can say goodbye to the wires. You don't need traditional wires anymore to create circuits for your tools like lights and switches and all these kind of things.
Yeah, so you can just draw them out, and I don't know. This is a small paper, you can do it with a big paper,
Hmm.
and do all kinds of connections. So right now we were doodling a little bit, and you wanna show it?
But you thought it was very difficult, right?
Yeah, because I was following one of the instructions.
Yes, yeah.
There's a small notebook
Mhm.
right here. It has paper, and it also has instructions right here.
Yeah.
So if you look inside of it, it gives you a small introduction about circuits, about conductivity, electricity. It explains why
Mhm,
you're not using cables, but you're
Mhm.
actually using conductive ink. So this is pretty cool. Especially since when I was little, I would go into the school lab, and they would show us how to do a light bulb circuit. But this is so much cooler.
So yeah, you're a nerd, right?
Yes, I am kind of a big nerd.
You consider you're a girl in tech.
Yes, yes. I am promoting girls in tech in Ecuador.
Wow.
So we want to also start a movement. We might see a small collaboration with the future with permanent future labs.
Wow.
So as I was saying, I was over here. You have examples of circuits that you can write down,
Mhm.
and I was following one of them, but I was frustrated because it wouldn't light on. But
So you have to be very careful, and you have to know what you do.
yeah,
And,
I would recommend that you read all of the manual
yeah,
instructions.
but I mean, you have this very easy tool. You.
Yeah, it's like it's like a ruler.
Yeah, but all you need is we already drew one, because it takes a little bit of time. You have a battery, and it has some measurements, and you have two holes, and there's already a framework. That's what you draw with your electronic ink on paper. Now that's the first step you have to do, and then you take something like this is a light, a LED light, and this has a measurement as well, and you take the same framework, but then on a broader horizon, and you put it on paper, and put the electronic ink or conductive ink, as you said, here, and you draw a line. That's it, and then you have the LED light over here,
and
and
then you put the battery here too.
and you have either red, and if you turn it around for fun, it becomes blue,
Yeah,
and then you can play around with.
that's why it's called violet, right?
It's violet, exactly.
Because it depends on the polarity of the electricity that is being conducted to the different circuit.
So it's not that difficult, actually, right?
No, it's not that difficult. Once you read the instructions, it's not that difficult.
So you have to be a little bit patient.
Yes, yes. In technology, you always need to have patience. I mean, if you get desperate because something doesn't work, many times I've seen little people that get frustrated with it, and they just throw it away, or try to force it into, or press harder. But no, technology doesn't work that way. Technology, you need to understand it fully. You need to know what does what, so that you can actually build something new out of it.
Wow, that's a very good summary. And you have all the time in the future lab. You have all the time to do it, and it
I
doesn't
wanted
stop
to
with the
show,
lights.
yeah,
Yeah,
I wanted to
exactly.
show you.
Good.
There were some circuit boards already over here, and I don't think we have them right here, but I
What are
saw
you
some
looking for?
capacitors. Oh, here, you know, some capacitors that you can also like put down here in like some different preloaded boards. There's also this like motor, that you can also put in the circuits, and like smaller types of circuits.
If you took,
And I will use a banana for scale, you know, so that you can realize how big that are. Oh, there you go, banana
where's
for
the
scale.
banana?
Oh, it's a banana for scale.
And then if you have, for example, you have a switch over here. Not
Yeah,
sure how
that's
it
a
works.
potentiometer. With this you regulate the amount of the amount of response that you want to get from the different kinds of circuit.
There's, for example, a blinker.
Blinker. I know there were some light sensors too. You know, so you can turn off the light, and then it's going to sense that there's no light, and then when you turn on the light, you get a response, and the circuit activates, and then it does whatever you want it to do.
How good would it be to create kind of a new painting on the wall, like modern artists, kind of tech artists or whatever you call it, and design something and put a battery on the wall, and so starts
There are
stuff starts to
many
blink.
possibilities. There are many possibilities.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. So, also, it was like my first visit to Europe. It was my first visit to the permanent lab. Zamir, you were really helpful,
Ah,
and
thank you.
Yuyen is is
Yeah,
very-
yes, yeah.
he just wants to say hi. And well, I want to thank you, with the permanent future labs, for giving me this opportunity, and to letting me film some video too that I will be uploading later. And I think that's it for me. What about
Wow, thank you. Yeah, it's fantastic to have you here because you are a nerd and you that's you're proud of it.
you? Of course.
You want to create a bigger impact where
know,
you come from.
For me, intelligence is the most sexy trait. You know?
I have nothing to say anymore. I think it's a very nice thing to say. Yeah. No words anymore. That doesn't happen often. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye.